Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric. Today we are going to talk about Dragon's Dogma on the Nintendo Switch. This actually came out the other day, and what caught my attention to it is that it looks like something that is along the lines of what Skyrim might be. And I know with that statement, some people that are Dragon's Dogma fans and Skyrim fans are probably losing their shit, telling me these games are nothing alike. Again, it's just first impression, so I really wanted to try to sink my teeth into Dragon's Dogma and see if it was worth checking out, especially since it was available on physical format for the Nintendo Switch. So today we're going to find out, is Dragon's Dogma, the Dark Arisen, worth buying for your Nintendo Switch? So if you're brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription, and let's go ahead and begin today's video. So Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, is actually a port of a previously released game, Dragon's Dogma. Dark Arisen, I believe, was an expansion pass or an update that came out not too long ago for the game. This is a 6 years old game, so it is a port of a game that has been out for quite some time. I did not get the opportunity to try it out, to even know anything about it. I haven't played the game one time. So going into this review, I was completely blind to Dragon's Dogma. This was my first time experiencing the series. All I know about it is the comparison that I made, that it looks a lot like Skyrim, and that's not wrong. It's an open world adventure type of game where you play as a character that has some kind of special thing about them that they're called the Arisen. So they're like the chosen one. Kind of sounds like the Dragonborn, you know. So there's a lot of comparison with Skyrim. And just like other adventure games like this, you make your way from quest to quest throughout the map, and it was actually pretty impressive. You know, what surprised me is that going in, I thought, okay, the game is only $29.99 physically for the Nintendo Switch. There can't be much to it. This game was much more bigger than I anticipated. In fact, it was very big. Lots of exploration elements, lots of freedom, basically. Once you get past the initial opening part of the game, you actually get to your character. You can customize them and create them to the way that you see fit, and then you're thrown out into the world. It introduces you to a couple of areas that you're going to be traversing quite a bit, but other than that, you are free to go. So I spent a lot of this time just wandering the map, seeing what I could find, you know, different caves to explore, you going inside of wells, going, you know, any in which way, you know, without going to the campaign. I just always happen to do that in games like this. I always end up doing the side missions and stuff first, and I gotta say, this game was really hard. There was a point to where I was like, wow, I can't do anything or go anywhere. To be completely honest, a lot of the side missions and stuff that you try to do first without going to the beginning of the campaign lead you to really tough enemies. So I learned the hard way that you can't really hack and slash your way to advance to get different stuff like that, because it is very difficult. So I went ahead and went back to the main campaign and stuff. I'm not going to go into details of spoilers or anything like that. Don't want to talk about the story. I did play a few hours of this. It's a game that does require a lot of gameplay, a lot of grinding, a lot of, you know, just basically what Skyrim entailed and games like Xenoblade and stuff. So this is a very immersive and huge time-wasting game, and it's a great solo campaign game, which is what attracted my attention to it the most in regards to a game for the Nintendo Switch. You really don't have many of those, you know, good single-player campaigns that just you could sink a lot of hours into outside of Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, and Xenoblade. So to pick up one that is only $29.99 is what attracted my attention this most. Now the graphics, you can't go home and write about them in here. It's clearly a little outdated, especially with the models and the facial expressions and just the voice acting and just the detail of everything in the environment. You can tell that this was a port of a really old game, and I think it's actually not that outdated. It actually feels like it plays a lot better than Skyrim might in way of combat. In combat, you're actually able to roam free, and you even have sidekicks with you. You know, people that actually accompany you, that help you battle and combat. You know, the main gameplay mechanic behind this is that you can actually recruit up to 3 other people to be in your party. You go to like a little area where it's like another like secret realm to like find them, or you can find them in the wild, and you can just kind of switch, and based on your level of experience and everything is how strong your fighters can be. They can be everything from like mages to fighters to like different types of genres of characters in your party. So it's always wise to kind of just keep up to date with who you have in your party, make sure they're equipped properly and everything, because they do come in handy. You know, it took me a while to understand that, and I do feel the combat mechanics and everything in this game are much more solid, much more precise than Skyrim itself. Felt also a lot less glitchy than Skyrim, and Skyrim is probably like one of my most favorite games of all time. So, needless to say, I might have been unfairly comparing it to Skyrim since my initial impression of the game, and I know I keep talking about it and referencing to it, but honestly, you think of some other games that are similar, like The Witcher, you know, and other open world games such as those, and I think Dragon's Dogma holds up. Sure, it's a 6-year-old game, but you know, this is my first time ever even checking it out. If I wouldn't even known it was that old, I honestly wouldn't have even been able to tell. I think it's a quality port on the Nintendo Switch, and I was thoroughly impressed with what I had. And I know I'm not speaking in much of specifics or how it performs and everything like that. And you know, again, it ran smooth as silk, smooth as a baby's butt on the Nintendo Switch. Other than the obvious that it is an older looking game based on the detail and everything, there was no problem with how the game ran. No crashing, no frame rates, the controls, everything of it felt silky smooth. It was very impressive. So I gotta give props to Capcom for bringing this game over to the Nintendo Switch library. A great game that, you know, I'm probably not the only one that has missed out on playing it, but now that it's out on the Nintendo Switch, I get to experience it for the first time. So I think that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And that's what honestly I really enjoy about getting to play games like this. You know, Dragon's Dogma, I'm not a big RPG guy, and you know, initial sight, if I would have looked at just the box cover art, I probably wouldn't have given this game a chance. But after taking a look at the trailer and seeing some of my friends buy this game, I thought I had to sink my teeth into it, and I'm actually really glad that I did. So I was really impressed with Dragon's Dogma. Again, I have had no prior experience to playing it at all. So going in, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be a game that was not as solid as some of the other adventure games we saw, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that I was completely wrong. I do think for the price alone and for it being available physically, that is definitely worth taking a look at. You know, getting this game, picking it up, sinking the hours in. There's definitely more than enough content here for your buck. I mean, if you ever wanted to get a title from the Nintendo Switch that would not break the bank, I think Dragon's Dogma is a heavy contender for that game. You can't beat that. $29.99 is a fair price for a physical game. And yeah, I'm really sinking my teeth into this. I'm actually going to consider doing some live streams about it. Again, it is very grind heavy. And games like that, I feel, aren't really good to live stream. But there's just something about some of these games that I feel might be interesting to check out, and this one I feel has a lot of potential and a lot of stuff left into it. So yeah, again, I've only played a few hours. I haven't completed it, but just off of my first initial impression, the first hours I've played of it, I was definitely impressed about it. You know, going in blind, not knowing anything about it, definitely very happy with this purchase. So far I would say it's probably a good solid 7.5 on that scale. It's really well done and impressive, and Capcom, you know, thank you for bringing more games over to the Nintendo Switch. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and end today's review with that, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you are brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription, and don't forget to comment, have you played this game before? Is it something that you would really like to praise me down below? Maybe give me some advice or some tips and tricks and everything like that, because I've had a lot of hard time killing some bad enemies and stuff in this game, and it seems like I just die way too easily. I would like some help if possible. And don't forget to like or dislike, you know what I mean. Just engage, because I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description.